Hello, and I'm back. And this is going to be all about Gemini. This is your girl, Simply Love, here on YouTube. Come check me out. I always put my videos out for each and every sign, monthly and mid-month. Okay, and I'm on a lot of platforms, and I'll put that information below so you can check it out. You can check out my website as well if you'd like to purchase my card decks that I have there, schedule a personal reading, and other things that's going on over there as well. So with that being said, we're going to talk about Gemini and the mind and the personality traits. And the first thing that comes to mind with Gemini to me is, studying them is, they're like a busy machine. They're always working. They're always doing something. They're always, around other people trying to help them do something. I mean, they're just really busybodies. They're always at warp speed too. It's like it's like they just take off and they just like here, there, everywhere, and they're going really, really fast. And the reason for that is, and I tell you guys, remember what your planet is and what it rules. And once you get a natal chart, it'll really help you out. This is just a platform. This is just the basics. This is just the plan, just like this world was built on a plan with the universe, with the stars, the moon, the sky, the earth, the trees, the flowers, the sun. We're all that, okay? We're all that energy, and all that energy comes from the planets. Even back in, when it started, humans being here, they were ruled. They didn't use time clocks like we have now where, man done manipulated time and all this type of stuff. And you think you only been here, but so much, if you understand astrology, you have the psychology and you can figure this stuff out is what I'm saying. So I don't want to waste too much time. They only give you 15 minutes per recording on this one unless I upgrade. Now I ain't thinking about doing that right yet. I got too much other things to do. So back to Gemini. Sorry, y'all went a little off track, and excuse me if you hear me sniffling and all that. I have a bit of a cold, but I am, feeling very, very energetic. So that planet that Gemini is under, it's ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. Mercury also rules technology and the mind, making Gemini one of the most curious and cut-edging signs of the zodiac. You think Aquariuses are inquisitive? Get with a Gemini. First of all, they have two different type of energies within inside of them. That's why they're Geminis, and that's why they call them the twins. So Two is double the fun as far as I'm concerned. Then as a sign of the twins, as I just said, it's true. There are at least two personalities inside of Geminis at all times. It never ends. They're very adventurous. Geminis change faster than the weather. And y'all know that. Have you ever been around a Gemini? I mean, they are just so fun-loving. They're so caring. They're very loving, very giving. I mean, they'll give you the shirt off their back if it's 7 below degrees outside. That's how Geminis are when it comes to humanity. They love people. They love to give. They love to give of themselves. It's hard for them to receive a lot too, because some people take people's kindness for weakness, and we know that. Geminis can get frustrated. That's when you can see that twin come out in them. If you push them too hard, or if you push them too far to the to the corner, they will come out as another person, somebody totally opposite of what you're used to seeing. And it could throw somebody off if you're not used to, but it's something that triggered them in order for them to act that way. Okay. So they change, faster than the weather. And, this is just a little, personality traits so we can understand one another as individuals, because any other way we're not going to do it. I mean, they can, name all these pills and drugs and what's wrong with you here, what's wrong with you there. That's not what it is. What it is we have to learn the planets. We have to learn our house. We have to have our natal charts done so we can know ourselves and also know others. And that way we'll be able to get along. In that way, humanity will change. But we have to change the thoughts that we had, that we grew up with religions, and not knocking any of that stuff, y'all, into, you know what I'm saying? But let's get to the real bottom root of the thing where it all first started, because all we've been fed was lies. So continuing on with Geminis, they change a lot. They can flip between modes, and they can and they can flip between interests too. Like they could be interested in something, and then all of a sudden they flip and they're interested in something else. That's why I say they move fast as lightning. Like they remind me like of Flash. That movie, The Flash, or that dude, The Flash, like that. The next day they're into like a frilly girl stuff or frilly guy stuff, and the next day they're over that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they into something real heavy. They into the next day they could be into something else and doing something, put that other thing aside and be doing something else. Geminis are over the, like the skydiving out of an airplane. That's, if that makes sense more than what I said before that. It's, if possible, they try to stick with a couple of key passions for the long haul and get really good at them. Like if they stick to one thing and one thing only, but like I said, with those two personalities inside of them, they can flip at a heartbeat. They can start something and they really good at it, especially being creative, man. They so damn creative. They can't even understand it themselves. That's why they kind of flip. But if they stick to one thing long enough, they will perfect it and they will be very, very successful. They can be very successful. So, Geminis they like to talk. They like to talk a lot. They're very communicative, just like an Aquarius, because we are all air partners. We all carry the swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Very communicative, very inquisitive, very smart, and a lot are very psychic beings. Because they have that communication. It's not only that they're communicating here on the physical, but they're communicating on the outer side too. Like, outside of this universe, they're getting information and they're getting knowledge. Okay. So that's why they come across the way they come across. All air signs are like that. Communicative, intelligence, because they think a lot, they do things out of, using their antennae. That's what intelligence is. Antennae, like aliens getting information, not just from people, but from another source. Okay. Which is not of the physical. That's what all the air signs do. Okay. And they're about truth too. And they're rebels. They all, if you notice, all swords, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libras always rebel against things that's not good or that's not right, especially when it comes to another individual. Okay. Okay. Now, the next day, like I said, they could be frilly and stuff like that and into something. And then the next day they're into something else. They're all over the place at times. There's nothing wrong with that. But the Geminis, if they just could really stick to one thing, but it's almost impossible because of the two energies that they carry within inside themselves, Gemini, the twins. They have to learn to get along with one another and work with each other and really be quite fulfilling and quite, how can I say it? Quite successful at whatever they do, and very creative as well. They're very creative, it's like they see something and they could just put it together for you. You'd be like, wow, dang, how you do that? In a perfectionist type of way. So they love to chatter and, they have a million ideas, that it's just like they just keep going on and on and on with their ideas and their greatness. If you ever sit down with an Aquarius and a Gemini together, oh man, they just kick it like no other. Even a Libra. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, they could get together and they could just all of them be going on at the same time. They understand one another. They really can kick it. Put Aquarius, a Gemini, and a Libra in a room together, especially if they vibing on the same vibe. Because like I said, there's positive and negative energies, but I'm just giving you a platform. I'm just giving you a blueprint right now of how they all are in general. But, like I said, people can have that dark side, that side I don't want to deal with because that's each individual's situation and It depended on what they're going through, what they have been going through, and things like that. And that's where it comes in psychically, and psychics or psychologists. That's what they are. That's all astrology is, and anybody can be one. So, and anybody can predict their future if they find out about their blueprint and get into their natal chart, which just focuses on you and you only, just as well as you would get a reading. The readings I do are general. That means those messages are going out worldwide. It's not pertaining to a certain person. Sometimes I get somewhere, they saying the whole thing resonates with them. And then I get some saying, this resonated, but this didn't. I say that all the time in the beginning of my videos when I do that, or any other reader you'll find doing the same thing, because they understand how energies work. Excuse me again for my sniffling. Okay, so to wrap it up with the Geminis, I hope this helps you to understand, and all of us help to understand one another by just the general traits of who we are, who you are, depending what your sun sign is. This is the sun sign of Gemini. I already did the sun sign of Aquarius. What planet that they ruled. What planet Gemini rules. But like I said, with Geminis again, and this is just going to be the last of it, what I have to say. Like I said, they love to chatter a lot. They love to talk. They love to communicate, because that's what they're governed by, communication. They have a million great ideas. They have so many ideas it'll freak you out sometimes. They keep it fast moving. Their minds run really fast as well. That's why you can look at Gemini and say, what the heck is going on? First you was over here doing this. Now you're over there doing this. Is because their mind is moving really, really fast at a fast pace. And then for them to keep up with it, because they're so influenced by their creation or their creative side, that they feel that they have to be jumping on it each and every one at the same time. So that's why they move the way they do. They're very busy with their hands. They're busy with emails, instant messages, mobile gadgets. That's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra energy for you. It's all about communication. It's all about them antennae. Okay, they always got their antennae up, communicating with people, communicating with the outer source. And that's why a lot of them, notice could be psychics or empaths or, things that, fortune tellers, things like that. They can, because they channel in on so much and so many people and an outer in source as well. So you'll see them playing around with gadgets, playing around, they instant messages and stuff like that. They really get it on, especially when it comes to social media. They really take advantage of that and their creativity, and they put it out there. And like I said, they have really, really great conversations. With a Gemini, watch a temptation they have a tendency, and this is nothing bad. We all got, like I said, and I just wanted you to have a little overall of their personality so you can understand, and we can learn how to get along together by that understanding of their blueprint. So, watch the temptation of gossip, because it can sometimes it can get into a little gossip. Keep a notepad. They keep a notepad handy to jot down your thoughts at all times. Okay. Yeah, keep that notepad handy, Gemini, because you got so many good ideas. It's hard to keep up with. So the symbol of the Gemini is the twins. They're ruled by Mercury. Their body parts is the shoulders, the arms, and the hands. And their element is air, just as Aquarius, just as a Libra. Their good days, they have bad days, restless, distracted, two-faced, judgmental, and depressed. That's, the dark side. We all have that. I didn't have enough time to mention that in the Aquarius because I was running my mouth too much, like I probably am now. So I'm running out of time. What they hate is small-minded people, dress codes, and authority figures. Just like an Aquarius. Their favorite things are cell phones, fast cars, trendy clothes, obscure music. They love music. I'm going to let you guys go because I'm just about out of time. Hope